awesome kite.
Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 horror animated movies. While there may not be many horror animated films, but I've selected the 10 that scared the shit out of me and haunted my dreams when I was a kid. So, let the countdown begin. Number 10 in the list we have Wendell and Wild, released in 2022. This movie is about two demons brothers, Wendell and Wild, who find themselves in a tricky situation when they're taken to the boarding school for naughty kids. To escape, they must outsmart a determined nun and her students, leading to humorous and adventurous situations. Number 9 in the list we have The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, released in 1949. This movie is a combination of two different stories, The Wind in the Willows and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It scared me a lot when I was a kid, but now when I watched it again, I'm thinking, why was I scared of this? And if you also watched this as a child, I bet you were also afraid of the Headless Horseman scene. Number 8 in the list we have Corpse Bride, released in 2005. The story follows Victor and Emily. Their families have arranged their marriage. Though they like each other, Victor is nervous about the ceremony. So, while he's in a forest practicing his lines for the wedding, a tree branch becomes a hand that drags him into the land of the dead. It belongs to Emily, who was murdered after eloping with her love and wants to marry Victor. Victor must get back above ground before Victoria marries the villainous Barkus Bittern. Number 7 in the list we have Frank and Weenie, released in 2012. It tells the story of a young boy named Victor who devastated by the death of his beloved dog, Sparky, because he's the only friend of Victor. But his science teacher gives him an idea of how to bring Sparky back to life using a homemade science experiment. However, when Sparky is resurrected, Victor must keep him hidden. But when Victor's classmates learn about Sparky's revival, they attempt their own experiments and use it to resurrect other dead animals with monstrous consequences, which causes chaos in the town. So Victor and Sparky must face off against a monstrous creation. To find out how they confront this challenge, you must have to watch it yourself. Number 6 in the list we have The Nightmare Before Christmas, released in 1993. The story follows the misadventures of Jack Skellington, a pumpkin king, who become bored with the same annual routine of frightening people in the real world. But when Jack accidentally stumbles in Christmastown, he plots to bring Christmas under his control by kidnapping Santa Claus and taking over the role. Number 5 in the list we have The House, released in 2022. It's a stop-motion horror film. This entire movie was a strange, weird, unique, and most of all, an amazing ride. I can't explain what I think of it. This movie has 3 different stories. The first short was eerie, the second one was traumatizing, and the third one was genuinely cathartic. I just want to say, if you're looking for horror with emotional depth, you must have to watch it. Number 4 in the list we have Nine, released in 2009. This movie is a dark sci-fi movie, and it scared a shit out of me when I was a kid. Seriously, this movie gave me horrifying nightmares. The story follows a scientist who gave his life to 9 sentient rag dolls. When 9 springs to life, it finds itself in a post-apocalyptic world where humans no longer exist, and the only signs of life are sentient rag dolls itself and the machines that hunt them. Though 9 is the youngest of the group, he convinces other comrades that the only way to survive against the machine is to stop hiding, go on offensive, and find out why the machines want to destroy them. Number 3 in the list we have Paranorman, released in 2012. The story follows young Norman, who has the ability to speak with the dead, and he often prefers their company to that of the living. Norman receives word from his strange Uncle Prendergast that a centuries-old witch's curse on their town is real and about to come true, and only Norman can stop it. So when zombies rise from their graves, Norman must summon all his courage and compassion and push his paranormal abilities to the limit to save his fellow townspeople. Number 2 in the list we have Caroline, released in 2009. While exploring her new home, a girl named Coraline discovers a secret door, behind which lies an alternate world that closely mirrors her own, but in many ways is better. She rejoices in her discovery until Other Mother and the rest of her parallel family try to keep her there forever. Coraline must use all her resources and bravery to make it back to her own family and life. Number 1 in the list we have Monster House, released in 2006. The story revolves around three kids who suspect that their neighbor house is living malevolent entity. As they investigate, they uncover the dark secret of the house and its supernatural powers. With Halloween approaching, they must find a way to stop the house from terrorizing the neighborhood. So, there you have it, 10 most horror animated movies. Comment below which movie scared you the most. So, meet you soon in the next video. Till then, take care.